Good morning, everyone. Yesterday we discussed about menstrual cycle. Today we will talk about fertilization. What is fertilization? Fertilization is the process of the fusion of male and female gametes to form zygote. As you know, during the process of copulation, the male deposits semen along with the sperms inside the female reproductive organ into the vagina during the process of copulation, and the process of the deposition of semen along with the sperms inside the vagina of the female reproductive organ. This is called insemination. It's a very important term. What is insemination? Insemination is the process of the deposition of the sperms into the female reproductive organ, that is vagina, close to the cervix. Now the sperms move against the gravity. The sperms, suppose this one is the cervix, this one is the vagina. As I taught you that the sperms move towards the uterus. Then from the uterus, where the sperms goes, it comes inside the fallopian tube, and in the fallopian tube there is a junction. This junction is called, this is the ampulla isthmus junction. And I have already taught about, this one is the ovary, these are the fimbriae, then this is the oviduct funnel, then this white part of the fallopian tube is the ampulla, and this narrow part is the isthmus. Means the fallopian tube is divided into three parts. These parts are infundibulum, ampulla and isthmus. And the site of fertilization is the fallopian tube, and especially the ampulla and isthmus junction. This narrow part of the fallopian tube is actually isthmus, and the isthmus, it forms this white part that is called ampulla. So ovary, when discharges ovum, it comes inside the infundibulum in this funnel-like structure. From infundibulum it goes to the ampulla, then from ampulla the ovum, it comes towards the isthmus, and this is the junction, that is ampulla isthmus junction. Ovum is present in this region, in the ampulla isthmus junction, and sperm also comes where? At the ampulla isthmus junction. The sperm comes into the contact of ovum. Suppose this one is the ovum and this is the sperm and ovum both are fused together to form zygote. So where the process of fertilization takes place in the human female, what is the site of the fertilization? The fertilization takes place in the fallopian tube and especially in ampulla isthmus junction. The sperms, as you know, during the process of ejaculation, during the process of copulation, when the male transfers the sperms, millions of the sperms in each ejaculation, they are present when they discharge the sperms inside the vagina of the female reproductive organ. Some of the sperms, they are killed by the acidic nature of the vagina. The acidic environment is present inside the female reproductive organ, and the acidic nature can kill so many sperms. Even some of the sperms, they may go into the wrong direction. Suppose the ovum is present in the right fallopian tube, and sperms, they are going towards the left one. The process of fertilization is also not possible. So to increase the chances of fertilization, millions of the sperms are produced by the male. At least one sperm will come into the contact of the ovum and fertilization can take place. And one very important, not all the fertilization, not all the copulation leads to the fertilization. Here there is a condition. If the process of discharge of the sperms and ovum, if both they are produced simultaneously, suppose in the mid of the menstruation cycle, the ovum is present inside the fallopian tube, and in the mid of the menstruation cycle, if the female comes into the contact of the male, the process of copulation is going on, and both they are present simultaneously or at the same time, the process of fertilization can take place. And that's why it is said that not all the copulation leads to the pregnancy. So mid of the menstruation cycle is the time when there is the chance of fertilization, and due to the process of fertilization, zygote is formed. Now, in the process of fertilization, as you know, the ovum, suppose this is the ovum. As I told you, ovum is unicellular. It has the nucleus. This is the plasma membrane. It has how many layers? 2 layers. And these layers are, the first layer is called, this layer is called zona pellucida, and the outer layer, these layers are called corona radiata. This is the diagram of ovum, or you can say egg. How many layers are there? 2 layers. The outer layers, this is called corona radiata, and the inner layer is called zona pellucida. This is the plasma membrane of ovum. Plasma membrane of the ovum. This is cytoplasm. Cytoplasm, and this one is the nucleus. So this is the structure of ovum. When the sperms comes into the contact of the ovum, so many sperms. Suppose this is the sperm. This is also sperm. So many sperms, they come into the contact of the ovum, but only one sperm fuses with the ovum. There is a process that is polyspermy. You can see here, when the sperm comes into the contact of the ovum, the tip, this is the acrosome. The acrosome of any sperm, first of all, it destroys or it ruptures the limiting membrane, that is the zona pellucida part, because the corona radiata, all the sperms, they can penetrate the outer layer, that is corona radiata, but as soon as a single sperm comes into the contact of zona pellucida, some changes occur in this layer, in the zona pellucida, and the zona pellucida prevents, as soon as it comes into the contact of a single sperm, the zona pellucida brings some changes in this layer and prevents the entry of other sperm. So it prevents what? Polyspermy. Polyspermy means they do not allow the entry of so many sperms inside the ovum. So it's very, very important. So many sperms, they are coming to fuse with the ovum, but as soon as a single sperm comes into the contact of an ovum, it comes into the contact of the zona pellucida, then some changes occurs in this membrane and which prevents the entry of so many sperms, or you can say it prevents polyspermy, that is entry of other sperms. Then suppose this sperm is coming inside, it breaks the membrane of zona pellucida, then it also breaks the membrane, that is plasma membrane. Then this sperm, the cytoplasm of the sperm and the cytoplasm of the ovum, both are fused together, and this is the time when the second meiotic division takes place. Means this is the actually secondary oocyte. Still the second meiotic division has to take place. So when it comes into the contact of the ovum, the second meiotic division takes place, and the second meiotic division, due to the second meiotic division, the secondary oocyte is converted into the ovum and second polar body. Now the nucleus of an ovum and the nucleus of the sperm, both are fused together, and due to the process of the fusion, the zygote is produced. So all these points you have to discuss, you have to learn in this heading. In the process of fertilization, not only the sperm is entering and immediately it is going to fuse with the egg. First of all, some changes occurs in the membrane which prevents polyspermy. Then the second meiotic division takes place, ovum is produced, and then the process of the fusion takes place, and resulting the zygote is formed. And this is the time also when the sex of a newborn baby is decided, whether the newborn baby will be a male child or will be a female child. This is the time when the process of sex determination also takes place. As you know, so many sperms, they are produced by the male. 50% of the sperms, they contain what kind of the chromosome? X type of the chromosome, and remaining 50% they contain Y type of the chromosome. But female, what is the sex chromosomes of the female? XX. Female always produces the egg of what kind? X type. You can see here, suppose this is the female. What is the sex chromosomes in the female? XX. But in male, the sex chromosomes are X and Y. Means female always produces the ovum of what kind? X type, while the male produces the sperms are of two types, X type and Y type. If the sperm containing X type fuses with the ovum, then the newborn baby will be a female child. And if the sperm containing Y fuses with the ovum, the newborn baby will be a male child. So during the process of fertilization, at the end of the fertilization, the sex of a newborn baby is also determined, and it totally depends what kind of sex will be produced. It totally depends upon the kinds of the sperm, that what kinds of sperm is going to fuse with the ovum. It means if the sperm containing X type of the sex chromosome fuses with the ovum, the newborn baby will be a female child, and if the sperm containing Y type of the chromosome fuses with the ovum, the newborn baby will be a male child. So this is all about the process of fertilization. In fertilization, copulation, insemination, polyspermy, and the sex determination, all these things are included along with the definition of the fertilization. Now, the next heading is embryonic development. Embryo development. Embryo development. As I told you, the zygote is this is the zygote. Zygote is the fusion product of sperm and ovum. Zygote is also unicellular in nature. It has a single nucleus. Now, the zygote, what is embryo development in human female? As you know, zygote further develops into so many stages. It forms the embryo. Then embryo is converted into the fetus. The early embryonic development, the early development of the zygote, you can say, when there is no differentiation of the body parts, this is called embryo. But a fully matured embryo is called fetus. Then how the process of the embryo is going to develop inside the female uterus, inside the fallopian tube, how the fetus is going to be produced. And this whole process of embryonic development takes place during the process of gestation, and even before the gestation also, before the implantation also. So in the embryo development, suppose this is the zygote, and you know zygote is the fusion product of the sperm and ovum, both fused together to form zygote. Then zygote, it divides by the process of mitosis. The zygote, it becomes two-celled, it comes into the two-celled stage, then it comes into the 4, then 8, then 16, then 64, then 100, like this. Means zygote repeatedly divides, and the early division of the zygote, this is called cleavage division also. Cleavage. The cleavage, when I was teaching about the sperm, the centriole helps in the process of, present in the neck region of the sperm, helps in the process of cleavage also. Starts. It helps to start the process of cleavage. So, zygote divides first of all into, this is the two-celled stage. Then zygote, it forms how many cells? This is the 4-celled stage. After 4-celled stage, then it becomes it comes in 8-celled stage. then it comes into the 16 cell stage. Please see here. The zygote is going to be divided by which process? By the process of mitosis. The zygote, it comes into the 2 cell stage, then 4, then 8, then 16. This 16 cell stage of the embryo, this is called, which stage? Morula. This is the morula stage. And all these cells, either it is 2 or 4 or 8, all these cells are called blastomeres. Blastomeres means the cells which are formed by the process of mitosis, or you can say during the cleavage division. All these cells of the early embryo, these cells are called blastomeres. So 8 to 16 blastomeres stage of an early embryo, it is called morula stage. Why it is said to be the morula stage? Morula means it looks just like the mulberry. Have you ever seen the fruits of the mulberry? So the mulberry fruits also have so many units like this. It appears like the fruits of the mulberry, and that's why this stage is called morula stage. And nearly 4 to 5 days are required after fertilization to form this morula stage. And where the process of this morula formation takes place? Inside the fallopian tube. Then the morula, these blastomeres in the morula stage, the outer blastomeres, these cells, the outer blastomere cells, it forms, these are the blastomeres, these cells form trophoblast, a layer, and the inner blastomeres, they form, this is inner cell mass, and this cavity is called blastocele, and this stage is called blastula stage. This is the morula stage. Now morula stage, which is in 16 cell in condition, the morula stage further divides, it continues to divide, and then morula stage is followed by which stage of the embryo? That is blastula stage. This structure is called blastocyst. What are the differences in between the morula stage and blastula stage? The morula stage, this stage has 8 to 16 cells, or you can say the 8 to 16 celled stage of the embryo, this is called morula stage. While blastula stage has nearly more than 16, nearly 16, 64 to 100 cells are present in the blastula stage. In blastula stage, there is a differentiation. Here, all these cells are alike. There is no differentiation at all. All the cells of the morula, these cells are called blastomeres. Now here the outer blastomeres, in this case, in blastula stage, they form a outer layer, and this is called trophoblast. This outer layer is called trophoblast. And the inner cells, the inner blastomeres, they later on they form here, the inner cell mass. Means in blastula stage, the blastomeres are differentiated into the trophoblast and inner cell mass. Now, and a cavity is also formed, and this cavity, this hollow cavity is called blastocele. What is the function of trophoblast? The trophoblast helps in the formation of placenta. It forms the chorionic villi. When the blastula is implanted to the wall of endometrium to the uterus, it forms the finger-like projections. It is called chorionic villi, and chorionic villi along with the tissues of the endometrium, again it mixed together, interdigitate, and it forms the placenta. So trophoblast helps in the formation of chorionic villi, or you can say placenta later on. And inner cell mass, it is the proper embryo. It further develops into the gastrula stage. It helps in the formation of the body parts and other structures of the human body. So once again, you can differentiate in between morula and blastula. The morula this stage has nearly 8 to 16 cells, but blastula stage has nearly 64 up to 100 of the cells. The morula had no differentiation. All the cells, they are alike, but here the trophoblast and inner cell mass are formed. There is no cavity at all in the morula stage. There is no blastocele, there is no cavity, there is no hollow structure in morula stage. But in blastula stage, a hollow cavity that is called blastocele is present. And these all are the differences in between morula and blastula. One more difference. Morula is formed after 4 to 5 days after the fertilization. After fertilization, 4 to 5 days are required to form morula stage. But the blastula stages are formed after 7 days. 7 to 8 days are required in the formation of blastula. 2 more days. Morula, whenever the morula is formed, 2 more days are required after to the formation of this stage, blastula stage. And this whole structure is also known as blastocyst. So overall, the blastocyst formation, morula and blastula, both the structures are formed where? Inside the fallopian tube itself. And after the blastula formation, then this blastocyst, or you can say the blastula stage, comes inside the uterus and gets attached with the wall of endometrium to the wall of uterus. You can see here. Here zygote is formed. Then zygote, it forms which stage? Morula, then blastula. Then blastula, it comes and gets attached. This is the blastula, or you can say blastocyst is attached to the wall of endometrium. I have already taught you that the wall of uterus has the middle layer that is called endometrium, and it is embedded inside the endometrium, and this attachment of the blastocyst to the wall of uterus, this process is called implantation. So implantation is the process of the attachment of blastocyst to the wall of uterus, and implantation occurs after a week time after the process of fertilization. So that's all about the process of fertilization. Then I discussed about the embryo development, that how early embryo is formed. Tomorrow I will teach you placenta, about the placenta, then gastrulation, and then parturition. So that's all for today. And before I close this lesson, please note down some of the questions related to the topics which I covered today. Question number 1. Please note down question number 1. What is fertilization? What is fertilization? Full stop. Write all the events. Write all the events which take place during the fertilization. Write all the events which take place during the process of fertilization. Question number 2. How the process of polyspermy is prevented during fertilization? Explain. How the process of polyspermy is prevented during the process of fertilization? Explain. Next. Next question. Differentiate between morula and blastula. Differentiate between morula and blastula. Next, explain embryonic development. Explain embryonic development in human female. Embryonic development in human female with the help of diagrams. With the help of diagrams. One more question. Last one. Write the role of trophoblast and inner cell mass. Write the role of trophoblast and inner cell mass of blastocyst. Write the role of trophoblast and inner cell mass of blastocyst. That's all for today. I will see you tomorrow. Thanks.